So this is where Dr. Martin Seligman comes in. Dr. Martin Seligman is considered by many to be the father of positive psychology, and positive psychology, of course, being almost an answer to much of the work which was done in the 20th century. Much of the psychological work of the 20th century, in some modalities, was about pathologizing a problem. That is, in order to know a problem, we have to scrutinize it at length. So in order to solve a problem, we need to scrutinize it at length. We need to know everything about the problem. And we could spend a very long time to find whatever that is. And unfortunately, the clinical literature suggests that often this did not result in success when it comes to people finding solutions for their problems. And so Dr. Martin Seligman, as the father of the positive psychology movement, and the positive psychology movement seeks to simplify things a lot. And it's almost as if they ask the question, how do you determine whether something is useful analysis or useless over-analysis? And the positively oriented theorists start to ask the question, can it often be as simple as, if somebody's experiencing negative thoughts, emotions, behaviours, can it be as simple as displacing that or dissolving that by encouraging the person to have more positive thoughts, positive emotions, and positive behaviours? And it turns out in the clinical literature that that's very much and very often the case. So that's what we're going to focus on today. P and E of the PERMA model, positive emotions and engagement. And positive emotions and engagement are really about the current self, more about the here and now. So the breath that you take right now is your life. This is about pleasure, for example, having a good sleep after a long day, sex, thirst, hunger, and enjoyment. So enjoyment being intellectual stimulation, creativity. This is so important because for someone who's struggling, something as simple as smelling a rose can be a trigger for them to develop more positive thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Seeing the crescent of a moon, seeing someone laugh, hugging a baby, something that puts us in a positive state when we're down especially, can be a real trigger to allow us to start to develop momentum in having a more hopeful and helpful life. The issue with positive emotions and engagement is that often, I don't know which words to use exactly, but some people may say that this concept or idea is hijacked by people who want to say that, yeah, all you have to do is be positive, think positive thoughts, be more positive, and everything will be solved. And of course, that's not true. In fact, you are more likely to hit the wall later if you engage in that sort of thinking. Positive emotions and engagement are really components of the whole picture, of the 5 components according to the positive psychology anagram. So positive emotions and engagement are about the current self, which is so important to develop momentum and to have a vibrant everyday life. The other 3 components, of course, are more to do with the future self. So relationships, your quality relationships, meaning that you have in your life and your accomplishments, which we'll get more in, talk more about tomorrow. Now, the future self is more about your longer term and enduring happiness, and being aware of your needs as the current self, as the future self, and the relationship that you have between your current self and your future self is absolutely key. So, how do we experience more positive thoughts, positive emotions, positive behaviors? Is it that simple? Well, I think this is where a recent remark I heard by Dr. Michael Yapko is key. And he said, there's a difference in knowing something and realizing it. And of course, Dr. Michael Yapko was talking about the benefits of hypnosis in change work. So we can do all kinds of psychotherapeutic work, and someone can know what's going on and know that, yeah, I can do that, I can take that advice, but they don't yet realize it. And hypnosis creates the context for change, and this is where hypnosis has taken and will continue to take its inevitable and perhaps irreplaceable place in the field of change work. It is the context for change for people. It is the context where someone can go from knowing that, yeah, I should cut down, the cigarettes that I'm smoking, to realizing it here. And once someone realizes it, that is the catalyst which makes all the difference for them.